American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You're watching Out of Bounds with myself, T Rex. We got Denise and Vonda at the top, Big Bank, my
Hey,
frat brother at the bottom. And we're going to talk about why do women not listen to their men? So if you want to chime in, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube. And we're not going to get a whooping. So with that being said, Henry, I think I'm gonna let Denise go first and let us understand her way.
hey everyone. Well, for one reason, I think sometimes men just don't want to hear what a woman's got to say. They don't want to chime in and listen to what it, like we had discussed before on one of our shows. It takes us too long to explain stuff. They just want to get to the solution. And then a lot of times
Mm,
they don't want to say what a woman wants to hear. So that causes a situation like they say at the beginning. Um, I'm only gonna be dating. I'm not ready for a relationship, and then later on we may get mad because of.
when she
See there?
froze, I'll
You
say
see?
hello to
No,
everybody.
no,
Hello,
no. The computer,
hello, Tony, Miss
the
Massey, how
computer
you doing?
realized she was full of.
And
The
hello,
computer,
No, no,
Laura, how
no,
you
Henry.
doing?
bruh, the computer knew she was full of smack. It shut her up.
And she's
Oh,
back. She's back
shut
now.
up,
You
Henry.
better, you better keep an
Why
eye
you look
on
at me? I saw you shaking your head when we first started. When she
her.
first started
Go
talking, you
ahead,
was shaking
go
your
ahead,
head.
Henry. What you got to say about what
No,
Denise said.
Man. but uh but I'm gonna tell you from my perspective here, man. Women like to talk about their problems, and men like to solve the problems. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So a woman can go. You can tell a woman, okay, I'm going to the store to get bacon and eggs. She gonna come back with 4 baskets of groceries. You know what I'm saying? But a man, he gonna go in for the bacon and eggs and get on in and get out. You know what I'm saying? Um, but women, they're confusing the situation by putting more into. They're going about it the long way when you can go straight to the cut through the chase, man. You don't have to deal with all of that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is still
I
gonna be
agree with
solved. All she got to do is listen and understand. You know what I'm saying? And then just apply it. Just apply it. Try it one time. You may have it. Have an open mind. Basically, is what I'm saying. Listen to what he's saying. Follow through what he's saying. Now, if
you.
it's wrong, okay, bam, you just shot your shot with him. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true.
100%.
Ladies, Miss Curlo just charged in on us. You know your girlfriend Carol Carter. She just
Yes.
Hey,
joined us too.
Carolyn. Hey,
Hey,
Carolyn.
Carolyn. That's one
Well,
of my
Henry,
girlfriends.
I know. I see y'all pictures on Facebook. But I understand you, Henry. I think you got something there. But before I make my comment, and then we really get going at it, I'm going to ask Vonda her question. Let her answer the question, and then Carolyn said hello. Then she's gonna just after I say mine, then it's just gonna be free fall. Just go at it. So go ahead, Vonda. Just give us your
Well,
opening statement.
my, my thoughts are it's not that women don't necessarily want to hear what their man has to say. It all depends on that man and how he is how he is dealing in the relationship. I think that if he's not making good decisions, if he's not following through on things that he's supposed to do, I think that's where
Mm-hmm.
we come in and we're not more apt to listen because of that. Now, if they're on point, and I know me particularly, I wouldn't have a problem listening to my man if he's on the right track and if he's doing what he's supposed to do. But if he's inconsistent, then I more than likely would have a problem listening.
Why fool with him at all, then, Vonda? Why fool with him at all?
No, because nobody's perfect. No, that's. I mean,
Well,
it's deeper than that. That Well,
Okay.
well, before
well,
I say my piece, I'm gonna read what y'all friend said, not the host with right on Vonda. But Curlin said,
okay.
first you must know your man. I definitely listen to my man because I know he has our best interest at heart. And I think the biggest problem, y'all correct me I'm wrong. I think everybody hit it on the head, but I think Henry was a little bit more precise in my opinion. I could be wrong. I think that when men talk to women, they just give them a straight answer, not meat and potatoes, not all that salad and vegetables. It's just
Hmm.
what are. I don't want to know. Well, I was driving down the street and I heard a noise. I want to know what kind of noise you heard and where you think it came from. So I agree with Carl when she said you need to know your person, and I think that's what it is. Now, the part I really want to ask is when I want to know why women don't listen is when a man, like, I don't want to say gives directions on what to do, and women have to not really challenge the directions, but improvise on the directions to make it feel like she's still in control of the thing. And I don't. I'm kind of wrong on this, but saying this. But Henry, correct me if I'm wrong. But doesn't the Bible say that a woman's supposed to follow a man?
Yes, sir. If he's leading in the right way.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
There you
Hmm.
go.
Yes,
There
sir.
you go.
That's
That's
Yes,
what
sir.
I was
that's what
saying.
I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
But
So
essentially, what I was saying.
Hmm.
but now let's be for real. Sometimes y'all, and I'm speaking from experience, women, either is one of someone I dated or married or one of my children, because I got three daughters and five granddaughters. When you give direction or you talking to them, if they don't agree with what you say, no matter what it is, they got an opinion on it. And sometimes an opinion is not what we want. We just want action. So what
Hmm.
do y'all think about that scenario? Then we'll keep on going.
Well, I think no. Basically, I think men and women uh, express themselves differently. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when women have more feelings when they're expressing stuff, and men they're kind of just like laid back. They're just kind of laid back, and a woman puts her all in all into it. And a lot of times, when a woman is sometimes they think a man's not listening to them, and then that's when you get upset. And it all goes back to listening. To me, you can listen. There's a difference between listening and active listening. I teach this all the time in my class. There's a difference
There you
between
go.
listening and active listening. And so I think a lot of times we think that the men are we think they're listening, but they're really not listening. Especially if there's some
Mm.
kind of sports on or something like that they're interested in, and maybe your lady may not be interested in that. So that's causing a problem right there. So I think men should, you need to stop and stop. Look, you need to stop, look, and listen. That's my mind. You need to stop and pay attention. Then you need to look at the problem, and then you need to listen. And when you listen, you need to active listening, not just listen.
Okay. So Felicia's on now. She's listening, and Ingrid's watching and listening too. Well, anybody got to say anything about what Denisha said? I think she hit a good point.
She does, and I think from a woman's point of view, um, the woman may look and say there may not be a one-stop all shop that'll fix
Hmm.
everything. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? There's other ways to do it, but
Hmm.
also from the male perspective, for the female, realize that God gave you two ears and one mouth. He
Hmm.
wanted you to listen more than you talk.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I agree. I agree.
So were you
Vonda, go
throwing
ahead.
it out at the women? And the question could be turned around today. Why don't
Well,
men listen to their women?
that's a good thing. Well, let's talk about that too. I think men do listen to their women when you have their attention.
Mhm.
Hmm.
If you are, let's look at the day. Today Sunday is football on, and you want to have a discussion about dinner, and his favorite team is playing and they're losing. He don't want to listen to you. He's too busy hoping his
Mm-mm.
team win.
Mhm. Right.
So when you talking to him, he gonna go, uh-huh, uh-huh. He ain't heard a word you said.
Right.
My advice to every woman that's in that situation and you want and your man is watching something on TV or doing something that you think he's not listening to you, excuse my French, get butt naked in front of him. I bet you start looking in. Whoa, what you doing naked, girl? Because now you have his attention. And
Well,
that's what women
that boys. I'm sorry. I
go
thought
ahead.
you were finished. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go
No,
ahead.
that all boils down to timing. Anytime you're having a conversation or anything of significance, timing is, you know, it's everything, because sometimes it's not a good time. Like you said, it's as simple as the ball game. I
Right.
know that if my man was watching the game, I wouldn't try to disturb him, because that's something that he's not gonna, and it's just gonna make me feel the fire and make me mad if, like Denise said, if he's not gonna listen to me, like if the ball game is on. And if I know that, why would I even try to
I
have a
just go ask him for his
conversation?
credit card.
Why not watch the game with him? Why not watch?
Yeah,
Why not?
that's true. That's
Why,
true, Henry. Watch the
Yeah,
game with
that's
him.
true.
I agree. Mhm.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
figure she
Today
asked for that credit card. Go ahead, Henry. I'm
we were
sorry.
on our way to Sunday school today. I'm driving, okay, and so my wife says, "Why don't you turn down Park Avenue and take Park Avenue all the way?" Instead of me saying, "I'm driving, I'll tell you how you drive," I just went on and turned
And
down
that's what
Park.
you should have done, but you didn't.
Went on turn down Park Avenue. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
what you should have done.
sometimes what the point is, sometimes you have to pick your battles.
That's
You
right.
know what
True.
I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Very true.
And
You
hush
have, you know,
sometimes.
yes, yes, yeah. Like
I,
I'm talking, Denise, you need to hush. Okay.
No, I'm not your spouse, so I don't have to hush. I'm not your girlfriend, and I ain't your spouse.
well,
Okay, going back again to timing. Timing is everything.
Yes.
that is true. But
Henry, you
I,
you
I,
knew you were
I
gonna get in
think most
trouble.
of I think somebody called you Big Daddy. But
I have no idea, brother.
all right. Uh, Valencia May's watching, and Felicia said hello, crew.
Oh,
Hey,
So I
what's
y'all.
up,
want y'all to
Butch?
know.
Listen,
What
Yeah, y'all.
what's up, Butch? What's up, Butch?
I
and
just want
Valencia
y'all
I
to
May.
was
know that
thinking,
Dr. Valencia May.
I just
Okay.
think that y'all
Hey,
need to
Felicia.
understand that it's kind of hard for him to when he's trying to put something out to y'all and you still interrupt him because what you have to say is more important. And I agree with Henry. Everybody has to pick their battles. There's no right or wrong answer to this because he's lying. I don't think he'd be lying, a producer. I think that a man just want to get it out because let's be honest, and I'm not trying to be facetious, but most of the time we already have a plan if it's something we're going to do, and we have short talk. We just want a short talk. What you want for dinner? What you cooking? Whatever you cooking, they're gonna eat. And if you say, I think I'm gonna cook this, then he'll give you an answer, yes or no. So it's how you present the question. But I really believe that the root of the problem is that, and you two ladies help me out, that women, she said, Felicity, not Butch, women, women,
I'm sorry,
women,
Valencia.
women, women really, really sometimes just want to get in that bone, and just drive it to the ground. And I think that's where it comes. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm
I
I'm not.
think,
I can't speak for every woman. I can speak for the ones that I've dealt with in the past.
I think sometimes, now that you said that, I think sometimes a woman, we expect our mate, or our mate, to be
Hmm.
like our, maybe like our girlfriend or something, like a best, like our girlfriend or
Hmm.
something. And
That is
men are
true.
not going to do that because they make it they're very different. They have different views, so a lot of times they're not going to agree. So sometimes I think that women think that men should be like their real like a girlfriend, like that.
You can sit down and talk. I mean, the most important part of the day is when you come home from work. And if she comes home from work all excited, you understand that. You let her say what she's
Mhm.
going to say about her day. Okay. But Lord forbid, if you both have a bad day and you beat her to the punch, she gonna one up you. She gonna one up you. I just speak. I'm not speaking for all women. Like I said before, I can only speak about the ones I dealt with. Probably my 7-month-old granddaughter. She always one ups me all the time. Every time she one ups me. So uh, specifically, why don't women listen? Well, because you want to get your point across.
Yep.
Women just want to get. I was the producer put that up. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Yeah. So
Specifically,
yeah, specifically
so
what
she wants
women
me to tell
don't
you
want to
why
listen to.
women don't listen.
Specifically.
No, okay.
What we don't want to listen
She
to.
says you don't.
What
Why not?
specific? Yeah.
Why not? Why women don't want to listen? I mean, if you're in a relationship, in my opinion, it should be a team effort, and it shouldn't be. I mean, if like Vonda said earlier, if your man is a so, then you need to step up and. But if you got a guy that's on point and he's not taking your money and doing something silly with it, he's actually doing something good, trying to make the family better. Listen to it. I mean, and it's vice versa if it's the other way around. I have to give that. Jacqueline Dukes is listening,
Hey
so
Jackie,
she's
that's one of my
listening.
girlfriends. Hey.
She's
I
watching.
know, Terry, you saw it on Facebook. I know.
And also my brother James Atkins, my cousin Tangi Williams, and
Hey,
a
James
friend
Francis.
from Dublin, Gary Johnson is watching. So hey y'all.
Hey.
Okay, okay. Well, I just want to know, what is definitely the key on both sides. That is true. It says now she wants me. She said Terry give an explanation of why women don't listen to what we say.
Clarify.
Clarify. I
Hmm.
The biggest one. I clarify this.
Mm.
It happens all the time. You're driving somewhere, like you said earlier, Henry, and they say take this road, and you go, well, if I take that road, I'd have done that 100 times. That traffic's gonna be crazy. Then when you do take the road, they don't own up to it. What I really like, I don't know if y'all seen that instant replay commercials where they throw the red flag and the little kid runs up with the video and they can see what it was actually real life, so we can kill.
Mhm.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm not talking
Oh
about
yeah.
crazy stuff. So, go ahead, ladies.
Yeah, I can see that what you're saying. A lot of times women do that. I can see that. But we need to learn to compromise. You know, I think men and women need to learn to compromise. Because a lot of times when
Hmm.
men say things, we take it the wrong way, the way they say it. And like you said before, it's how they say it. So
Right,
I
right.
think that you need to come together and don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. You need to compromise and work it out.
Well, I agree with you. Let me say something real quick. Lionel Matthews, aka Duck, is listening, watching.
Hey,
I'm
Doc.
sorry. And Curlin says, if you respect your mate, you will listen. You don't always have to agree, but you will listen to someone just that you respect. That's the key right there. And we always and this is the bad thing, and I'm going to say it. We always see the video on Facebook or whatever platform it's on where the gentleman is trying to get his point across, and his wife just isn't having it. And my biggest question is, if you have when women have a disagreement with their significant other, why do you vent yourself in public? I never understood that. Why do you wait till you're out in public to vent stuff that you don't want nobody to know?
Yeah,
You
I
talking about
don't agree with
showing out?
that. I've never done
You
that
talking about
type of
showing out in public?
right.
That's
Sure.
what I'm talking about. Act of the
Right.
fool. I didn't want to say
No.
act of the fool, but I'll say it, act of the fool. Can you, Denise? You
No.
seem to know
There's
the
a
answer to
time
that one.
I don't show out in public like
me
that.
either. There's a time and a
I
place for
don't do
everything, and
that.
that's
Why
not
do you
it.
say that, Terry?
But
Girl
Terry,
with that. Okay, go ahead.
sometimes too, in some relationships, man, it's a competition with a woman. You know, where some women want to prove that they wear the pants. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've seen the woman's job. I don't want it. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? She's got a job. She cooks. She comes in. She cleans. Granted, I do the outside and all of that, but man, I don't want it. So I just think the both people need to be more giving and understanding of each other's responsibilities that they have and respect each other as a whole. And we'll go far as a couple, or you'll go far as a couple if you just put your feelings on the back burner for hers, and she put hers on the back burner for yours. I think it'll be a beautiful thing.
And I
Okay,
think
hold
it's
on
a
a second.
competition a
Let
lot of
me do,
time. Okay.
hold on. Don't go nowhere, Vonda. Thanks for tuning in to the African American Network. We have a local feel of global reach. Vonda, before you answer, I'm going to read what your girlfriend said. Uh, when we was talking about public, it moved up some. But Laura said, always keep your business at home. Curlin said, my mama said you may be a fool in private, private fool, but never a public fool. So go ahead, Vonda. I want to get that out before we get
Mhm.
started. And we got
That's
Tammy Richardson's listening.
that.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey
Okay.
guys. A lot of times it's all about control. Who can
Yeah, I
control the
can see that.
situation? Who can control the relationship? Who can control the finances? This, that, and the other. But a lot of it is people just want control. A lot of times,
Yep.
whether it be the
I can.
man or the woman, it goes both ways.
Yep.
Vonda, I think the world of you. But isn't that what I just said, Vonda? Isn't that what I
But
just said?
I wanted to use the word control because that's what it is. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay, Miss Janet
You
Jackson, you
just want to
got it.
say control. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm about to break it down. Well,
You,
you know what?
did you say it
Go ahead,
quite
Vonda. I
like
don't want
that
to.
though?
We got you. We got you. You said
Okay,
you said
I
it
just
more
want to. I just.
eloquently.
we get it.
Eloquently. You said it more
I understand they
eloquently.
want,
Yeah.
but if it's now we're not talking about bad relationships. We're talking about good relationships because good relationships. I think both listen. I just think that men listen less than women. We hear you, but we ain't listening. Like, as Denise said earlier, we hear you, but we ain't listening. You have to get our attention. But to answer that question, uh, Lionel said, "Good people, your good people." Speaking about two people involved with each other and understand one who has to choose has been who's not got. I'm sorry, who's got chose. I want to let you know one thing. When you are in a relationship, this is just I say this 100 times. I cannot tell you what to do to make a bracelet work, but I can definitely tell you how to mess one up. If you don't sometimes shut up, you're gonna miss what someone is saying. And I think in the heat of the battle, because men are, I know there are men out there that have a large vocabulary when they're arguing, but I think the average man has a very small vocabulary when he's arguing because he doesn't want to get to the point where he started losing control. But a woman, she can go. And I think the biggest problem, if y'all ladies correct me, Henry, you can chime in. I think sometimes you talk to your girlfriend about your personal problems, and their opinion becomes your opinion. What do you think about that one?
And that's a problem when you do that. When you bring outside
Yeah.
people into your
Hmm.
relationship, that's the problem.
I
What is
agree more
yours
than
is
anything.
yours. What is yours is
That is
yours.
true.
Now, do you need time to talk it over with somebody? That person should be your mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, there was a time when my wife and I said that we'll never go to bed mad. I think we stayed up 48 hours, but but now, man, I'm on this side of the bed like this. So it
So
is
that's
what
a
it
whole
is.
different conversation there. We'll get to
Yes,
that
sir.
one
That's it.
on the second half.
What I said, stop, look, and listen. That's
Mhm.
the thing. You got to stop, look, and listen because that listening is a communication. And it says that men are more sexually attracted to a responsive woman.
Mhm. I, you
and
Is
know,
that
and
I can
and
go ahead,
go
Vonda, go
ahead,
ahead.
Tim. No,
No,
you
you
go
go.
ahead.
No, you go ahead. See,
You
you're not
know,
listening. You're
and
not listening to her.
No, there are men who like women that take charge. There are men who like women to speak up, and like Denise said, there are some men like that, and that men don't want a woman
Yeah,
that's a pushover. Men don't, you know.
No.
true,
So
Mm-mm.
true.
they don't. You don't get respect like that. Had to learn that the hard way. You don't
Yeah,
get
that's
respect.
right. I did. Yes. If you don't respect yourself, they're
Well,
not going to respect you.
Mm-mm, no.
that is true. That is
And
true.
respecting
I just
yourself
think that
is
men don't want a
speaking
lot
up
to
for
do.
you. They what?
Men do men do things what we call prioritizing things, and if it's not a priority A, we try to pass that to somebody else. Normally, it's your other half. They try to pass to, because we're not going to worry about the day to day stuff. On the first of them, ever is bill day. If he's the guy paying the bills, writing it out, he's in a trance. You can't ask him a question in because you're not going to get. Are you going to probably some curse word messed up in the checkbook or something? But or with the thing they got now, what is that thing they do online? They check book online, however they do it. But I think that when you now I'm gonna read what they said now. Okay, so Laura said, I don't want my friends to have a bad opinion of my man because they will only one side argument. That is true. That is true. You're correct, Laura, because when you only hear one side of an argument, and everybody knows there's always three sides to an argument: your side, my side, and the truth. And that's what
Yep.
happens.
Yep.
That's what happens. That's what happens. But I tell you, the most important thing about women is when I can't. I'm trying to phrase it correctly because I don't want to get jumped on by Denise. But when you go somewhere with your boys and
Mhm.
your significant other wants to know where you going, why you going, whatever we mentioned before. Why is it that you want to continue the conversation, or 9 times out of 10, if you think because I know I'm grown, so if I come home at 12, if I come home at 2, if I come home at 3, I still shouldn't get no questions. But there's a question, and we lost Vonda. But the question should always be the same. I told you where I was going. So what do you think, Denise? Why is that? Here comes Vonda. She's back. Why is that?
Okay, you said you was going to the bar or whatever, sports bar,
Right, right.
and you said,
Mm-hmm.
did you give a time that you would be back?
No,
So
no.
you didn't say when you'd be back. So you come in at 2 and 3 in the morning, right, from the bar. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to me, that's disrespectful because you're
If
disrespecting
you
me.
do it, if you do it regularly, but if you go out once a month or something like that, no,
Oh,
I
that's
don't. I don't
cool.
agree
That's
with you.
cool. But still, you got to be mindful you got to be mindful of your situation. In some situations, women don't want men to do that. They don't want them to go out at all. Period. Some, with their friends. And then some women are more lenient about situations like that. If you have trust and communication with your significant other, then most of the time it shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be a big deal about situations like that.
You know,
Well,
Terry, there was a
go ahead, Terry.
comedian that said at 3 o'clock in the morning ain't but two things open: the
Don't
hotel,
start, Henry. Don't.
hotel, and I ain't gonna say the other one. Okay,
Don't
I ain't
don't
gonna
don't
say the
say
other
it.
one.
No, don't. Okay.
Well, okay, so Laura said you have to talk about this before it seems to be a thorn in either one of each one of your sides. And then Valencia said insecurity from past actions or relationships. And I do think both have a great point, but I think Valencia's point's a little bit stronger because she
Okay.
said that you know past actions, we get judged on the last guy's actions all the time, or in my personal things, I have made mistakes and get criticized for my mistakes all the time.
Hmm. But they got to realize,
So
even though And I agree with Valencia wholeheartedly. A lot of people look at the
Hmm.
past relationships and make judgments on those past relationships, but you got to let that go,
Yeah, that's
because
right.
Joe is not the
That's
same
true.
as John. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Now, when you have to pay attention, Valencia, you have to pay attention to John's traits, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but and that may be a hard thing to do when you've been scoring twice or more
Hmm.
than once. But
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
you got to go into it with an open relationship, because I think a woman loves harder and deeper than a man. That's just my
Hmm.
personal
That
opinion.
is true.
Hmm.
That is my
We do.
personal opinion.
That is true.
We do.
Yeah, that's true,
Well,
Henry.
thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. You listen to Out of Bounds with myself, T Rex, Henry, Denise, and Vonda, and we're talking about why do women not listen or something like that. I might be reading it wrong, so don't choke me.
But
But
that's
go ahead,
true.
Denise. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's true what Henry said. We got to learn to leave the past relationship alone. Let it go. It's past, it's gone. Don't bring it into your new relationship. It's just so funny
True. True.
we're hitting on my pastor's sermon all around tonight. But yeah, that he had today. But you need to leave the past in the past, because if you're just bringing dirty rags into clean laundry, you
That
know.
is
Mm-hmm.
true.
So
Mm-hmm.
you need to
That
leave
is
that
true.
behind.
But I do
That
believe
is true.
that you should learn from your past
Oh
experiences.
yeah,
Use
yeah.
that
Absolutely.
as a teaching tool and as a learning curve for your next relationships, so you
Hmm.
don't repeat those same things that you may
Right.
have done wrong or may have put up with that you shouldn't have tolerated. So that's my thing. I
Yeah.
use it as a
So,
learning.
Vonda, if you do that, have you truly forgiven that guy? If you
It's
do
not
that,
about the forgiving.
It's not forgiving.
Yeah, but I still have lessons learned. That's what a relationship is all about, lessons learned. And so I think you have to learn, um, and to move on effectively, you got to learn something
hmm
from past.
The
You know,
past.
Well,
Hmm.
not
let me read what Curlin said before it disappears. Curlin said it's all about respect. Why would you ever leave the house without telling your mate? Then it says see more. Hold on, I gotta click see more.
yeah.
If you return home later than expected, just make a phone call. Now,
hmm
that makes a lot of
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, when a man's with his boys, sense ain't the one. Let's
And
talk
then
about it,
try to
Henry.
call him.
Oh, you got to check in, dog. Oh, you got to roll like that, dog. Come on, Henry. We can stay out another 40 minutes. You got to, and that's what happens. That's what happens.
Hmm.
So
Well, Terry, I agree with you 100%, but I don't have a problem with calling in. They say, "Oh, dude, you hand picked." No, I ain't hand picked. I just been picked by the right hand. That's all.
hey, can I borrow
And
that?
you
Let me
gotta, you the
borrow
one
that.
gotta, you have to go home, right? You the one have to go home today,
That's
right?
smooth. That's smooth, Henry.
Yeah,
That's
That was
smooth.
smooth. That was smooth.
Yeah.
yeah.
Laura said some of us are just slow learners. So she said, laugh out loud. I say it all the time. The biggest problem in marriage or any type of relationship is communication.
Hmm.
Is communication.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I picked this topic because I was hoping we was going to get some argument going on. But since we're all on the same page, I just wanted to know when there's not much difference from in the marriage being between a man and a woman, husband and wife. It's not that much difference. We all have the same goals because that's why we're there. Sometimes we get sidetracked as we do, but the majority of the time we have the same goals. The communication is the problem because uh, being an alpha male, sometimes I just make the decision on my own. And then I have to, when I come to the house or wherever I'm going, and my significant other is like, "What did you say? Why did you do that?" Well,
Hmm.
I feel I'm grown. And then would always come up, and I'll just be honest. When y'all go shopping for whatever, you don't have a limit, but you don't always tell what you bought. So
I've
to
heard of that
me,
of women hiding stuff and
Mm-hmm.
hiding
I didn't
stuff
say
in the
hiding.
trunk. And
I didn't say
I
hiding.
would. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't hide. No, I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not.
Right.
Vonda.
I'm behind it. I'm behind it. I ain't hiding nothing from you.
Right. And then I'm gonna buy something that's sensible. I'm not gonna go out and
Yeah.
spend the bill money on some clothes or some shoes or some boots that I want and be irresponsible like that. So
Right.
I
Okay.
don't have a
I've never understood that hiding stuff. I don't.
yeah.
No. No.
No,
Okay, Henry.
I ain't have stuff.
Have you ever? I mean, I don't want. I'm not trying to get in your personal business because this is broadcasting. I'm not
Oh, that's
saying if
fine.
you ever. We just talk about. We're speaking for somebody that we know.
Bro,
You know.
I'm not saying this is me. I'm not saying that. But I know people that leave bags in the car. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
heard that for yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, leave bags in the trunk. And when you go in, when you leave, they bring the bags in the house. Oh, these shoes, I had these
Amen,
shoes.
brother.
Those
Amen,
might
brother.
be for those shopaholics.
I done had these shoes for 2 years. Price tag still on. Come on, man. Come
What?
on.
Well, you know
No,
we got
no.
something going on,
Sometimes
y'all.
you
Hold
have
up.
stuff for 2 years.
Let me
I'm
let
not
me let me
hiding
check.
nothing.
We got Laura and Curlin agreeing on Facebook in their comments. Laura said, "You don't. Do you care what they buy? Men don't care." And then Curlin says, "I'm with you, Laura. Do you care?" Laura says, "I want to hear about it. Really, I don't think so." So those are two women having a sidebar about this conversation, which I think is 100% correct. I mean, if you go out and you buy something, it's normally not going to be as big as what a man goes out and buy. Let's just be for real. A man ain't going out and
Oh,
buy
gosh, y'all make some stupid. Yeah.
a pair of Jordans. He might not say nothing to you, but he definitely might go out to the car dealership, roll back in a different car, and ain't telling nobody nothing because he made that decision. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
But see, I don't think you should do that. I think that's a lifestyle event that could change. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's got to be communications with that. Has a
Yeah.
lot. Now, that man, it depends on that relationship too. If he the breadwinner, doing everything, paying all the bills and all that, boom, okay, I can understand that. But if you in this relationship 50-50, then you got to consult your mate, bro.
Laura said, "Not if you buying a boat or a sports car." Okay, what's the big deal with older men getting sports cars or a grown man getting a sports car? What's the big deal about that?
I don't
No big
know.
deal. Okay, I'll just ask because Laura,
Well,
Laura, we girls.
that goes back to that topic we had weeks and weeks
Yeah.
ago
Okay,
about
hey,
midlife crisis.
Yeah.
been like, why is it a middle? I'm not gonna go through that again. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah.
Doug said money spent is money that persons understand their cash. So when you understand your pocket, you can spend your money. I, I'm
Terry,
I'm 100. Go ahead, Henry. I'm sorry.
no, tell the two ladies that's having a sidebar conversation. SOS band had a song. It said, "Tell me
Uh,
you still care."
but
well, girl, hold on. Let me read what your girlfriend said before you say something to these. My husband and I certainly we have certain limits. All our money is together. So if you're over a certain number, you need to talk before you buy. That's a
I
lot.
agree with
That's a
that.
that's a common sense group.
That's good.
Hey, Andrea's listening. Laura said, what I meant is we do not go out and buy things and buy stuff. I don't think men want to hear about our new shoes. You know, if you got a good man, Laura, or understanding man, he knows when you say you going shopping, you ain't going shopping for us. You going shopping for you.
that's not
Let's just call it
necessarily
what it
true.
is.
That's not
Yeah,
necessarily true. Because
Henry. I
I
know
think you
I know you read. I know
100%
Let
you
right,
reading the
Denise
man.
Bible.
finish.
It,
Let her
it,
finish.
they don't want me to finish, but
I know,
Terry,
obviously.
that's not true. Because
Hold on here. Let Denise finish. Go ahead, Denise.
that's
I'm
not
sorry.
true. If I'm going out shopping, yes, I'm going to shop. But if I see something that I think my man likes and he would look good in, I'm going to get it for him. Sure am.
Mhm.
Sure am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I agree.
But he gonna get one. He gonna get one outfit. You might get seven.
And I don't
His
know
probably
that.
costs more, and so I can
It
get two
probably
things
costs
for each
more.
one.
Hmm.
Oh, now the producer chime in talk about you want your man to look good. One
That's
of my
right.
cousin, hey Donnie, what's up, man? He watching now. All I can say is that. Oh, hold on. Laura said something. Laura said, well, "Oh, she already read that. I'm sorry." And the producer says, "Why is she
That's why she
spending?
depends
That's
on
why
them.
she
That's
spend
right.
money
That's what
on
she
him."
does because she want him to look good.
I agree, but all I'm saying on the tip, on a real tip, honesty, Boy Scouts honor, is that you're gonna get six outfits. I'm gonna get one.
May
Well,
get
That's it.
one, and it's gonna
Maybe
come,
or a pair of holy underwear.
and it's gonna
That's
come
your
off the
boy.
bargain rack.
That's your Boy Scout. That's your Boy Scout honor.
Oh,
Henry says it's gonna
Lord,
come off
that's
a
funny.
bargain rack.
Yeah,
Not
it's gonna come off
necessarily.
the
Off a
bargain
bargain
rack.
rack.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Oh, that's just crazy. Well, I just like to know because that's the kind of things that happen. I mean, earlier, I think Carolyn said that if you stay out too late, you got a phone call. But if you really having a good time, you don't have an idea what time it is. And as long as your man ain't doing nothing wrong, or your woman is doing anything wrong, then what's the big deal? You know, and Devonda's thing is that you learn from previous mistakes in relationships. If you go in there with triggers, that's what I call them, triggers. If your last man or woman, whichever gender you are, done something, and your new mate does the same thing, it triggers a response.
Right.
And I think that right now, especially as a mature adult, you should make sure that you understand that that trigger's there. And if you had a real conversation, that trigger wouldn't be there. I don't think that's how it is. I just unfortunately that's how it happens. I just think that's what happens, unfortunately. So, but I think that's a pretty good one. I think you're right though. But I ain't heard Denise call Henry Big Daddy in 2 weeks.
And she don't.
I did last week.
You did last week. I thought we
Hmm.
was off the air when you
We're
did
gonna
it.
leave that
But
alone.
anyway,
We were off the air then.
We're gonna leave that
We,
alone.
if I want to call
somebody's
you that, that's what I'll
Somebody's
microphone
call you.
picked up
microphone
Okay.
picking up.
that.
You don't listen, Denise. You don't listen.
Yes, I do listen.
Oh
Um,
man.
I think too.
Well,
I had wrote down something about women may assume that a woman may assume that her words didn't hurt her mate's feelings. Sometimes women can say things, then we like, oh, he don't. That didn't bother him. So for sometimes I think that that's kind of taken for granted because you do have feelings. Men do have feelings also, and sometimes we
the
may say
the
words that may not be, appropriate or whatever. But I just
mhm.
think sometimes women may think that men don't listen to what they're saying, and when they're saying words like that or something, that it makes it look like it may not hurt their feelings, but deep down inside, probably does.
Yeah, especially your timing. If you say something in front of it, in a mixed company, just not you and him, but it's other
Hmm.
companies or your friends or his friends, it seems to be like you being showed out on. But before we go any farther, Lionel slash Duck slash Matthew said, "Rock." He's singing the song "Rock the Boat, Don't Rock the Boat, Baby." and Curly said, "No big deal. It's all about trust. Keyword trust.
I agree.
We take separate vacations. So if he wants to do something, I give him I, I gave him the rope. So that means she gave him
Right.
enough rope to hang himself.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I don't know about. I think separate vacation is okay if you're kicking one vacation with your boys and then one vacation with her and then one vacation with the family. I think that's pretty cool because then you both can do that. But I think it's a theory that men always plan to do something wrong when they go out, and then women go out and they come back singing, "I shot the sheriff, but I did not kill a deputy." So I think it goes both ways. What? What the?
That
What the?
song.
That shot this. You know it's true. You know
Playing
it's
that
true.
vacay.
Some men. So and this is a funny thing. The producer said this. Some men plan their cheating for
They're
vacation.
cheating vacay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
What now? What is it? So I'm going out of town to cheat.
To cheat.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right.
I'm going on
Yeah.
vacation to cheat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Well, we're gonna leave her out of the
Don't act
picture.
brand new.
don't act brand new.
Don't act brand new.
So Curly said they take vacations every month because they're retired. Man, it must be nice to be retired. Mm. But I
That's
can
Oh,
tell
why.
you one thing.
Yeah, a big daddy out there's quiet. Yeah, he ain't got too much to say about that.
Okay,
because
hold on, Big
there's
Daddy. Hold on, Big
because
Daddy.
okay.
Welcome. Thanks. You're watching TED TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with a global reach. And you're watching Out of Bounds with T Rex and the crew. Go ahead, Henry. I'm sorry. I had to get that in. We was at the 15-minute part.
I'm quiet because I choose not to participate in all that hypocrisy. So yeah, there you go.
Excuse me.
Another one of my high school friends came on. Shirley Holt. Hey, Shirley, how you doing? Uh, but yeah, it's kind of. Oh, don't let skeletons fly out your mouth. Why you gotta have a skeleton?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Hold up, Denise. Blow those back in.
I don't have no skeleton.
Yeah.
You know, oh
I
Lord
ain't on
knows
here
Shirley. She
yet.
said, "Hey Shirley." I want everybody to understand we all got skeletons. It's just if you got a graveyard, now you in trouble.
That's
But
right.
if you got a few
Yep.
skeletons up in that closet, that's okay. We all made mistakes. Let's be for real. We know none of us are perfect in a relationship. We're not perfect.
Right.
Men don't listen. Men don't listen no more than women don't listen. I just want to say
Right.
that. We understand that. It's a cross. I just think that when a man knows you're not listening, he don't fly off the handle. 70% of the time, a woman know you ain't listening, she gonna fly off the handle. She want to get her point across.
And it ain't
Now,
gonna end it. It ain't gonna end. It's gonna come up
it
two
ain't
weeks
gonna.
later.
It,
Mm.
hey, be some
Mm.
cold nights up in there. Y'all know
Yeah.
what we talked about. Shirley said the question is, do your skeleton still walk? Shirley, that was really good, Shirley. I kinda
That's a good one. Or you
Yeah.
got
I
broken
kinda say that.
bones. You got broken bones, or are they walking?
Oh, no, this is
That-
what your girl said. Your girl said, I don't need a vacation. I need to say, homecoming.
That's
Woo
right.
woo.
For the people out there, we got our college homecoming next weekend. Is it next weekend or weekend after next?
Weekend after the
Next
next.
week
Weekend
coming
It's
after
next
next.
week.
Yeah.
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 Next week, not this weekend coming up, but the following
Right.
weekend.
No.
Correct.
Right.
The girl said, not 2 weeks. So all I can say about all I can say, well, back to you, producer. All I can say is about this is that what I said earlier. Everybody lies a little bit. Everybody hides a little bit. I mean, if you go out and you buy something that you think your spouse, male or female, is not going to approve of, yeah, you might stuff it in that drawer a little deep. But it comes a time in life where you just have to be mature and own up to it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. You just go. If I go out and buy something and you don't like it, you ain't got to pay for it. If you go out and buy something and I don't like it, don't expect me to pay for it. That's just how it is. I mean, that's how it is. Because I'm sure most of our friends, I have a few, and I'm sure everybody has a few that are really doing it. When I mean doing it, they doing it financially. They doing it. Okay, so they don't worry about what they spend. But most of us at the lower tier of that conversation, we have to worry about, you know, how's it going to affect our monthly or weekly output. So, especially when you like me, retired on a fixed income,
Good night.
you don't have to do that. Like the producer said, but what do you have to do with us not listening?
What does it have to
Because
do
you
with us
don't
Good.
not
listen when I say we only got $5 left in the checking account, and you go out and spend 45.
Okay.
Let me say, hey, we broke, baby. We done passed our limit. I done been on Amazon. You've been shopping. We broke. We gotta wait till all we got is grocery money left till the end of the month. Then we can start over again. That's why you need to listen, Miss Producer. Go ahead.
No, she was saying that people in YouTube, they're asked. I guess they're asking the question that hadn't been answered. So, what
Well,
does
what
it
was it?
have?
What was the question?
What was the
The
question?
question hasn't been answered by Henry and T Rex.
What is the
What
question?
was the question?
But listen, what she just asked you.
What did she just ask?
Okay, I'm trying
Your topic, ding dong.
to. What they not listening to? Women don't
Terry,
listen.
they don't. They don't.
Wow, women!
Look, we
Why
ain't
don't
listening.
women listen to men?
Why don't, yeah,
Why women don't listen to
why
men?
don't
Because let's be for
women?
real. Y'all think y'all smart. Y'all think y'all smart. And
No, that's the
y'all
answer.
know, and I'm gonna tell you another part of the answer. And the biggest part of the answer is you got the goodie box, so we gonna listen. When
We
y'all
sitting
y'all
on the
just
I
let
cookie.
us
don't know if
have
they
it.
We
got.
sitting on the
I
cookie.
don't, I don't know
We
if they
sitting
got
on
the
the
goodie
cookie.
box, man. I don't know. I mean,
We sitting
Oh,
on the cookie.
they're asking on YouTube. I don't have YouTube
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
on.
They're asking why don't women listen? Why don't women listen to their men?
They're asking that on YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
they
ladies,
haven't got a. They're
tell them.
not satisfied with their answer. I guess that they've gotten so far.
Well, didn't Mr. People on YouTube tell us so we know? Maybe we just old and don't understand it. You got the answer, give it to us. Educate me, girl, or young man. Let us know. Don't leave us in the dark because if you got like Felicia and all them, absolutely Terry, we both need to we own up to our mistakes. Thank you, Felicia. But you have to understand if you got the answer there, YouTube, let us know.
Terry, they
The
must have been
producer tell
joined
us.
in late because we answered the question. You know what I'm saying? We answered the question
Well,
at the start of the show. There you go.
well, I'm not gonna argue with YouTube because they might be my next door neighbor and I
They
argue
are
with them.
listeners, right?
I ain't gonna
They
argue
weren't
with nobody. This
They
is
actually
But
just
just a
live in a
discussion,
dream.
not an argument.
reiterate your answer,
Why listen? I said
Henry.
it because Henry.
No, go ahead, Terry.
Think we don't
Because I tell
listen
you,
all the time
because
because they
like I
think they
said,
got the answer.
they
Go
think,
ahead.
yeah, it's true. And it's like I said, the reason why they, at the start of the show, Mr. or Mrs. YouTuber, uh, the man tries, the woman wants to expound on the problems or the situation, and the man wants to go in and solve it right now. So when she gets that point, she shuts down. She says, because well, there's more than one way to answer or handle this situation. So we're gonna go all around the world to do this. When the male says, no, we're just gonna go straight to the point and solve it. All you gotta do is adhere to what I'm saying. And the female shuts down at that point. That's my perspective,
And
Mr.
I
or
got a
Mrs.
sidebar.
YouTuber.
They won't know what a goodie box is.
a cookie, a cookie.
They just
Chocolate,
messing with me.
Yeah,
chocolate
We
chip
got
or
Julia Edmonds watching.
It's chocolate chip.
okay.
Okay.
I like
All right,
macanudo.
producer. Uh,
what? You macadamia?
Yeah,
He likes the nut.
Whatever. I never heard that cookie before. Okay, that's one of those new ones.
y'all just as bad as Lord them over here
He likes
talking
the
about want to
macadamia
know the
nut.
goodie box.
Yeah, that's not what he said though.
no, I don't.
Well, you have to pick your battles either way.
Yeah,
Either way.
Yes.
My cousin's watching. Hey, Rashad, how you doing? You had to, Rashad. She's
and
little.
I think we don't want to listen because y'all don't want to listen.
Now you got two people not listening.
There you go.
I agree.
I
I
agree
agree.
100%.
But I
I agree.
always say that you have to find that trigger. And the trigger is, like I said, for me, if we're in a relationship and I ain't listening, get butt naked. I don't care if I'm watching the Super Bowl, you stand in front of that TV butt naked, somebody gonna have to talk. And it's probably
But
gonna be
but
me.
but check this
And
out,
for a
Terry.
woman, all you gotta do is say, here, baby, here's my credit card. And she ain't gonna
That's right.
listen to
I'm
you.
going out the door. Ah.
See?
But
Hey,
Terry,
cuz, how you doing?
Terry, I'm gonna show you how it works, Terry. Okay,
Okay.
Vonda, Vonda,
Yes.
you see, she listened.
No.
I'm through.
Keep, keep talking and see how far I listen.
Okay, before we close out, I just want to know, uh, do you think listening is part of a good, healthy relationship?
Yeah,
Of course, it's part
of
of
course.
communication.
Active listening.
Yes.
Active listening. That is correct. That's a good word pushing it. Most everybody we speaking to are intelligent people. Even if they got like Jeff Robodine got a sixth grade education, they lived through life long enough to understand.
Because you can listen
I
and
think that active
don't
listening
hear.
goes both ways, and that's we call that a communication because
Mhm.
you give an answer, you get feedback. People out there, as long and one of my close friend Chris is watching. Chris says definitely. All you have to what's up, Chris, Mr. Parks. All you have to say is that listening and communicating is the key to a successful relationship, no matter what you think. I may not be the perfect mate or the perfect person or whatever, but if we can communicate and listen to each other, I think we're great. So we got about 4 minutes left. I want y'all to give you a thank you, Felicia. She said communication is the key. So let's give a shout out to our friends on Facebook that I gave to and relatives. We'll start with you, Vonda, since you at the top left. Go ahead.
Okay. My brother Junior
Hmm.
Atkins is listening, and Tangi, my cousin Tangi was on, and
Okay.
um, a friend from Dublin, where I used to live, is on, and probably, and then our sister Carolyn, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
So thank you guys
Denise.
for tuning in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vonda. I didn't know if she was done.
No,
Okay, Denise.
Thank any. I can't see the comments tonight for some reason, but thank any of my friends and family that's on listening and everything. I think we had a good night tonight. And I always remember stop, look, and listen.
And listen. Did you teach driver ed? Because that sounds like a driver's ed thing. When you get to the stop sign, stop and look and
No,
listen.
no. But you
All
need to,
right.
but you need, that's true. You need to do that. That is what it's like. You need to do that. Stop when
You
you're
do need to
driving.
do that.
Yeah,
I
do
just
that.
thought you might talk driver education class. All right, Henry, it's on you, brother.
Well, Terry, I'm gonna hit it at a little bit more deeper aspect tonight, and I'll be very, very brief. We've had fun tonight talking about listening and so forth. But man, there's a situation right now going on in Israel right now
Yes,
where someone is not listening,
That's right.
very
and
true.
people are
Very true.
dying, and that is a very, very sad situation, man. So my prayers are to the people that are going through that situation, and I pray that someone stops, look, and listen, and adheres to the needs of the people.
That's right.
Well,
I agree.
that's very good, and I agree with you 200%. But I think the biggest problem is other countries. Uh, I'm not speaking. I'm speaking about during peacetime. They should get more involved because they're fighting over land, and they
Hmm.
should. I mean, the community Gaza is everybody.
Hmm.
So you got a few that's fighting, and then you killing everybody. And then the ones that was fighting, they just went out and brutally killed people, and that's very sad. That's very sad. And
But Terry, also right here in the United States, we have Wheel of Fortune, all kind of game shows. They're giving away
hmm
millions and millions of dollars, and we have people sleeping on the bridges right now.
Yeah.
So where
we just
are our priorities?
we need to when they in there fighting right now, who gonna be the house? We should be taking these are for the people real quick that's up there in Washington. We voted you in. We don't work for you. You work for us. Always remember that you work for us, not for the Republican Party, not for the Democratic Party. They may have voted you in, but you work for the United people of the United States of America. That's who you work
Yes,
for.
sir.
To anywhere else. I want to thank everybody for watching Tan TV, all my friends, all my relatives, and we let everybody know that we'll be at Off the B. We got one more show, then we're gonna be live from the P Friday night, getting down,
Okay.
acting crazy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching Tan TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel with global reach. This is Out of Bounds with myself, T Rex, Denise, and Vonda, and my main man, Big Henry. Peace.